Fans of the ITV soap will recall that Alison King made her entrance as Carla in 2006. Coronation Street fans think they may have worked out what Carla Connor has been hiding, as it was revealed that Michael Bailey will make a discovery. Fans of the ITV soap will recall that Alison King made her entrance as Carla in 2006. The much-loved character was introduced as the wife of Paul Connor, who had bought Danny Baldwin's majority share of Underworld. She gatecrashed the staff's Christmas party, carrying a bottle of wine in each hand after walking out of a different party, and the rest, as they say, is history, and she's faces a whole lot of drama in the almost 2 decades that have followed. More recently, Carla has faced more testing situations, particularly since striking up a relationship with DS Lisa Swain. Fans were thrilled when the two characters finally gave into their feelings for one another late last year. But as 2025 got underway, Carla fell ill and was rushed to the hospital, where she was told she had had sepsis and needed a kidney transplant. Her health crisis saw the return of her jailbird brother, Rob Donovan, after being approached about being a donor by his son, Bobby Crawford. Fast forward to going through with the op. It was already known that Rob had an ulterior motive, and with time running out, he made his escape, but not before putting Lisa and Carla through it first. Rob later returned to Weatherfield, where a dramatic siege unfolded, with Rob planning on taking his sister down with him. However, Lisa came to her rescue, only for her teenage daughter, Betsy, to get accidentally shot in the process. Fast forward, and Carla and Lisa have tried to move on and emerge stronger than ever. But as fans know, it was only a matter of weeks ago that Carla turned down Lisa's "Marry Me" request, as it came amid her shock and upset at the death of her friend and policing colleague, Craig Tinker. While initially somewhat offended that Carla turned her down, Lisa eventually understood Carla's response, with the underworld factory boss making it clear she wanted a marriage proposal to come from love and not grief. They do have other plans, though. It wasn't too long after that the lovebirds made a huge decision about their future, decided they should move out of the flat and into their own home together. Lisa also eventually told girlfriend Carla that she would speak to someone, having buried many feelings over the years, largely thanks to simply cracking on with her serious job in any situation. She was recently seen attending her first therapy session, and her reluctance to be there was quite there. Lisa struggled to engage with the therapist's questions, particularly when he mentioned later wife, Becky. Now, new spoilers for upcoming Corey scenes have revealed more intrigue for the couple. Carla reassures Lisa that after a few more therapy sessions, she'll be back on top form, but Lisa remains skeptical. Meanwhile, over at Underworld, Michael borrows Carla's laptop at work and is intrigued by what he sees on her screen. While no more information is given as to what he could have seen, Corey fans have been sharing their theories online, and they're hoping for a positive outcome. Swirla Nation said, Michael discovers something surprising after borrowing Carla's laptop. She's been looking at engagement rings? Wedding venues? At Swirla Supremacy replied, also, I feel it's probably to do with the house, so that Michael can relay whatever it is to his uncle Ronnie. At Clopavs echoed, I reckon Michael finds an email or something on Carla's laptop to confirm that our girls have secured number 6, and then he tells Ronnie/Debbie? #Swirla. But at Swirla commented, I'm not saying that Michael finds out that Carla is going to propose to Lisa. All I'm saying is that this mysterious paint scene should be appearing in the next 2 to 3 weeks. #Swirla. At Emma Perry 22 shared, so, what do we think Michael finds on Carla's laptop? Engagement rings? Wedding stuff? Or is she doing her own little investigation into Becky to take some strain off Lisa? At Temiltsladna added, honestly, while I'd love it to be about engagement ring or wedding stuff, would Michael really find that surprising to be on Carla's laptop? #Swirla, #Corey. Coronation Street fans are buzzing with speculation once again, as an intriguing spoiler hints that Michael Bailey makes a surprising discovery involving Carla Connor, sending Swirla fans and soap sleuths alike into a frenzy. Viewers think they've finally cracked the case of what Carla might be hiding, and if the internet's theories prove correct, it could mark a major turning point in her relationship with DS Lisa Swain. Alison King's portrayal of Carla Connor has long captured the hearts of Corey fans. From her debut in 2006, when she crashed the factory Christmas party with 2 bottles of wine in hand, to enduring countless heartbreaks, betrayals, and power plays, Carla remains one of Coronation Street's most layered characters. Nearly 2 decades on, she still finds herself in the eye of emotional storms, often with more questions than answers swirling around her. And now, with Michael borrowing her laptop and spotting something intriguing, viewers are wondering, has Carla been keeping a heartfelt secret about her future with Lisa Swain? Before diving into the mystery, it's worth recapping Carla's most recent storyline, one that's become a cornerstone of the current Corey universe. Carla and DS Lisa Swain's slow-burn romance has become one of the soap's most talked-about arcs, with legions of devoted fans using the affectionate ship name Swirla to follow every glance, brush of the hand, and heart-to-heart. Late last year, after months of emotional tension and shared moments, Carla and Lisa finally gave into their feelings. It was a moment of vulnerability and connection for both characters. Carla, the hardened businesswoman with a history of trauma, and Lisa, the guarded detective carrying emotional scars of her own. For many fans, their relationship brought a breath of fresh air to the cobbles. At the start of 2025, Carla collapsed and was rushed to the hospital, where she received a diagnosis that shook her to the core: sepsis, requiring a kidney transplant to survive. The crisis saw the return of her estranged and incarcerated brother, Rob Donovan. Despite the tension between them, Rob was approached by his son Bobby Crawford to potentially serve as a donor. Though he agreed, Rob's intentions were anything but pure. It quickly became clear he had ulterior motives, using his return not only to assert control but to manipulate the people around Carla, especially Lisa. The transplant saga soon spiraled into a full-blown crisis, culminating in a dramatic siege on the streets of Weatherfield. Rob attempted to take Carla down with him in a moment of revenge-fueled madness. Lisa stepped up in heroic fashion to save Carla, but not without devastating consequences. In the chaos, Lisa's teenage daughter Betsy was accidentally shot, sending ripples of guilt and trauma through their small family. In the aftermath, Carla and Lisa tried to rebuild what was nearly shattered. Despite Lisa's near-death experience and her daughter's injury, the two women chose to stay together, their bond stronger than ever. But healing hasn't been simple. Lisa, ever the stoic detective, struggled to process what had happened. She'd long buried her emotions beneath layers of duty and pragmatism, but Carla gently pushed her toward therapy. Lisa eventually agreed, though she remained reluctant and withdrawn during her first session, especially when Becky, her late wife, was mentioned by the therapist. That same week, Lisa proposed to Carla in a moment of emotional spontaneity, possibly spurred by the recent death of her friend and fellow officer, Craig Tinker. But Carla, overwhelmed with grief and fearing Lisa was acting out of loss rather than love, turned her down, gently but firmly. Though Lisa was initially hurt, she later admitted she understood. Carla wasn't rejecting her. She simply wanted their next big step to be about hope and commitment, not grief. Since then, the couple has made exciting plans. They decided to find a place of their own, leaving their cramped flat behind. But even as they plan their future together, fans have picked up on one nagging detail: Carla seems distracted, withdrawn, and possibly secretive. In upcoming Coronation Street scenes, Michael Bailey borrows Carla's laptop at Underworld, presumably to work on something factory-related. But when he opens the screen, he finds something that immediately grabs his attention. What he sees isn't revealed in the spoiler, but the word, intrigued, has sent viewers into a frenzy of theorizing. Carla quickly notices his reaction and tries to downplay the moment, but the damage may already be done. Whatever Michael saw, it's enough to spark suspicion and possibly set off a domino effect among the other characters, particularly Lisa. So, what could Carla be hiding? The Swirla fandom has wasted no time breaking down every possible scenario, and some of the theories are as heartwarming as they are dramatic. One popular theory? Carla is secretly planning to propose to Lisa. Reddit and X have been flooded with fans hoping for a romantic twist. User @SwirlaNation suggested, Michael discovers something surprising after borrowing Carla's laptop. She's been looking at engagement rings, wedding venues, Another fan, at Swirla Supremacy, speculated it may be house-related. I feel it's probably to do with the house so that Michael can relay whatever it is to his uncle Ronnie. A third, at Clopavs, added, I reckon Michael finds an email or something on Carla's laptop to confirm that our girls have secured number 6, and then he tells Ronnie or Debbie. #Swirla. And then there are those hoping for a more emotional reveal. At Emma Perry 22 wrote, So, what do we think Michael finds on Carla's laptop? Engagement rings? Wedding stuff? Or is she doing her own little investigation into Becky to take some strain off Lisa? At Temmeltsladna shared a more cautious take. While I'd love it to be about engagement rings or wedding stuff, would Michael really find that surprising on Carla's laptop? Maybe it's something deeper. Even fans referencing the recent paint scene have chimed in, believing it may hint at Carla's hidden efforts to build a new home life or create a symbolic gesture for Lisa. While Coronation Street has become known for its unexpected twists, it also thrives on deeply personal gestures that reveal how far characters have come emotionally. Carla, though strong and sharp in business, has always struggled to express her softer side. A secret proposal, or even a carefully researched plan to support Lisa emotionally, would be the kind of growth that resonates with longtime fans. It also mirrors a moment from 2010 when Carla surprised Peter Barlow with a vulnerable admission about wanting more from life, showing that beneath her confident exterior lies someone who values love and stability. Could this be another such moment? Meanwhile, Lisa continues her therapy sessions, gradually peeling back years of emotional repression. Her struggle to engage fully during the first session, with mentions of her late wife, Becky, triggering visible discomfort, reveals how far she still has to go. Carla, ever supportive, gently reassures her. After a few more sessions, you'll be back on top form. But Lisa remains uncertain. Her work as a detective has conditioned her to compartmentalize trauma, and facing it head-on in therapy is proving tougher than expected. That context makes the idea of Carla quietly doing background research into Becky or trying to help Lisa heal all the more powerful. Could she be using her laptop to dig into Becky's past? Or even working with a grief counselor to better understand how to help Lisa open up? Corey fans are split on what Michael's discovery could mean. Some believe it will push Carla to open up about her plans. Others think it might cause conflict if Lisa finds out secondhand about whatever Carla is keeping from her. But one thing is certain. Coronation Street is building to a significant moment for Swirla. If Carla is planning to propose, or even just working behind the scenes to support Lisa's healing, viewers are likely in for an emotional payoff. On the other hand, if the secret is something darker, it could challenge the couple's bond and force them to reckon with unresolved trauma. Either way, fans are ready. Coronation Street thrives when it gives its characters space to evolve, and Carla's latest storyline appears to be another chapter in her long journey of self-discovery. Whether she's planning to propose, secure a home, or dig into Lisa's emotional wounds, one thing is clear. She's doing it out of love. And in a show where secrets often lead to disaster, fans are hopeful that this time, the truth, whatever it is, will lead to joy instead.